we gave, this is quite like a little update right here, if you want to say this, because we actually talked about this on our first episode back this new year. So we're just gonna give you guys what's going on. You guys are still with Chicago schools, and not just only with Chicago schools, but all teachers all over the world. Which is America, teachers are not burned out. Okay, so I have an article here, and I'm going to read the whole thing to you guys. I was going to take snippets out of it, but I want to give you guys the whole article here. So please pay attention, then we will give our take once I finish. So this is from a person in Chicago by David, his first name. And he says, as a teacher, I felt fortunate. The first job I took in Chicago public schools in 2007 was at a school where the administrator truly valued student and staff input. I remember sitting with students as we interviewed potential new teachers, and the students saying things like, this teacher does not seem like they will be a good fit for our school family. The entire school staff worked incredibly hard to give our students every opportunity possible. The issue was that our school, like me, across the country, did not have the resources that they need. We watched our already thin school budget decline by more budgets cuts. We let go of some administrators, counselors, librarians, and of course, teachers. Now, the school staff, they immediately impacted the students. They lost supportive adults who had built relationships with their students. And it just goes on and on and on, you guys. And I just want to give out this point right here where he says, as a 15-year educator in Chicago public schools, let me explain what I am talking about. First, losing more students to various forms of gun violence. The years I have been teaching and being told educators are greedy for demanding more counselors, social workers, therapists, clients, and here's that word again, you guys, psychologists for our students. Every day as a 40-year-old, I struggle with these laws and imagine what it's like for the 14-year-olds that I teach. The second bullet point is watching 7-year-olds on a school night in February plead with school officials to not close their school. The third bullet point, watching parents and community members go on a 34-day hunger strike just to get a school open. Wow. The next bullet point, having to take down broken tiles on our floors so the students and staff don't breathe in those. Another one, supporting students who want to speak up and out, only to be told we are not hearing our students who dare to challenge the status quo. And finally, you have dealing with all of these inequalities while trying to teach through a pandemic. So the bottom line of this here is that I believe, and this is just my take on it, like I always say, this pandemic, and I know I say this a lot onto the show, that this pandemic has really changed, everybody's viewpoint of, and especially into our schools. I feel that, and I believe I discussed this probably on a couple of episodes back, maybe, I can't remember, but I said that if we don't fix what needs to be done into our schools, sadly, I'm just going to have to say this, sadly, what's the next school year going to look like across America? What's it going to look like? Because we're losing so many of our great educators. And even more is happening to our schools. I can't picture the next school year, you guys, of how that's going to look like. I can't. And I'm going to predict this by the end of the school year. I don't know. I don't know. Thousands and thousands of teachers are probably going to leave this school year at the end of this school year. So what's going to happen into the fall? I don't know, you guys. I don't have the answer. Maybe Andrew does. I don't know, but I I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I haven't been subbing really lately, so Andrew, he has some input onto this, but I cannot picture as of now what the next school year is going to look like. I can't. Can you, Andrew? Can you picture what the next school year is going to look like in your eyes? Our teachers are going to come back into the fall later on, or what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? What's your take on all of this? Because we are losing many of our teachers, and that is sad. That is really sad. To me, that's sad. I just, I don't know. What do you think?
So for next year, I don't know. It's a toss up. Kind of like what you said. You got some teachers that are leaving, and you have some that are staying. So it's really a toss up. I mean, again, we can't predict predict the future, but um, I feel like some of them will stay for another year. Some um will leave.
Yeah.
I mean, there are teachers out there that has a second job.
Oh, yeah.
You have teachers out here that are have their own business on the side. So, I mean, it it depends on what's going to happen. Which what we're about to talk about later on in the show is how mask is about to be optional, which I'm gonna get into that later on this episode. But I think now that masks are being less restriction, I feel like it's about to come. I don't know, like about to become normal or something. But we're gonna get into that later on.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And it is what it is, you guys. I mean, seriously, it is what it is. We would just see what's gonna happen into the next school year. So